Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you. All right guys, so I did do Virgo's reading. The 6th house is the house that Virgo rules. But it's strange. It had some really negative energy in it. Okay, I'm just going to put it that way. If you saw that, then you know what that, I just felt it was really important to not, for one, as I was doing the reading, as much negativity as I was feeling, I felt like I was really putting emphasis on the negativity. And it was really about somebody or something in your life doing some shadow work and possibly dragging you into it. This has been a message for months in the energy, and it's definitely a real energy that people are dealing with right now. People that are working on their balancing themselves out and everything else, and people that are not doing the inner work, and still like the going through their stuff. And we all go through this stuff, you guys. I just feel like I could have did the reading a lot more with compassion, but because of my own experience and with all of it, it really triggered me personally, which I took that in and I've thought a lot about it. And I was like, I went to sleep and I woke up and I said, I'm going to redo this reading and I'm going to put a lot more love and light into it. I cussed and like, you all cuss every now and then, but I was really lit up about this energy because it just felt so like manipulative and rotten. It felt rotten, okay? And I just don't want to put anybody, whether it was Virgo or somebody they're dealing with, in a place where they feel like rotten, okay? Because it doesn't make you rotten if you're going through hard stuff, dark stuff. It's just, I want to encourage people to do the work, and also those that are trying to support those doing the work to distance themselves enough to where they aren't sucked into that negative energy. And that was really the main message. It's like not getting sucked into this negative energy. And I myself found myself getting sucked into this like kind of trickster negative energy as I was doing the reading. So I'm going to do your guys' reading now. And that being said, I want you to know that that was part of the message. So if you are dealing with something like that, do not get sucked into negative energy right now. Be supportive, be there for others as they, but don't let anybody dull your shine or suck you into negative energy right now. That's a shorter version of that reading. It was a very long reading too. So Virgo, okay, or anything you have in Virgo in this house, you guys, let's just we're just going to keep an open mind as we go through and pull you guys a few cards. This is mainly oracles, you guys. I'm just doing like maybe a couple little tarot, but mainly oracles. And this happened like the readings I did, the first bit of readings, I did I had a different layout and stuff, but then the eclipse happened and I switched decks and I brought in more light working decks because I'm feeling this energy, okay? There's this energy that just, I feel like especially people that are trying to move forward with more optimism and more like compassion, understanding, forgiveness, stuff like that, on this path need a little extra light energy. So I really wanted to take down anything, at least at this time period, because it seemed to just hit like yesterday. So I don't know what's going on with the planets, but I'm trying really hard and to not put more negativity into the air, because it feels like there is already a lot of kind of some negative stuff going on here. This says, what do you feel? What do you feel? Interesting. Okay. First card out. What do you feel? How are you feeling? What are you feeling? Weighing something out, contemplating something here. There are many opinions around you. Oh, this is an energy. You know, everybody's got their opinions and their beliefs and it's just their process. And it's like, what do you feel though? not letting anybody influence how you feel, what you're working on. Even if they say, oh, that's not possible, or you can't do that, or that isn't true, or that isn't right, or whatever it is, you guys, this is a really powerful energy about standing in your truth and what you feel you need to do, or you need to work on, or whatever it is. It says, some are helpful, but others are distracting you from your truth. Although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it all comes down to it, you will have to come to your own decision. Do you know how unique you are? How your path is your path to be chosen, lived and created only by you, not by another, not by another's opinions, not by another's beliefs. And yeah, that's very important energy right now, as I feel that very strongly right now. This oracle comes to you because you have become swept up in thinking things through. You have been thinking about which way to go with a matter of importance, and you have got a bit stuck in the logic of a decision-making process. Sometimes we have to accept that any path is a path forward, and if it is not the best path, we can change our approach later on if needed. If we are slightly off base with a decision, life will often shift and move to guide us back on track. We don't have to be perfect. In fact, there is rarely ever a perfect choice to be made. Just some choices that feel more heart-honoring than others. That's funny because I'm also kind of weighing that, like the choices. It's like, I want to get that message. I want to get these messages out here for anybody that they can help. But also in my heart, I'm like, there's definitely a lot of work being done by a lot of people right now. And as much shade as there is happening, I really don't want to add to that shade. And I am human, and I have my own shadow and my own experiences that bring in like energies that I'm still working on and still working through too, you guys. So it's all really important to really take it through your heart and go, could I have said this different, or can I approach this differently, or, anything like that. Okay. At the time of decision making, we only really have our internal wisdom to rely upon, and that is all we need. The Oracle of What Do You Feel is telling you that there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with possible choices. Just making a choice will set things in motion. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find a more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to your life is to just make a choice based on what you feel right now, not based on anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And go from there. Okay, awesome. This also, I'm going to read this whole card because this feels pretty important. It says, if you cannot relate to the need to make a choice between two or more clear alternatives, then the oracle brings you this message. You are at a crossroads in your journey. And the choices you make at this time, even simply choosing to do things a little differently, without much drama associated with the decision, are powerful triggers for some great magic to enter your life. Take a different approach to something. Be open to that which makes you uncomfortable, but could be exciting and interesting. Even small adventures will yield big rewards right now. It matters less that you do the most wonderful thing ever. Too much pressure, and the more that you simply take an action from your heart. Open up to the creative magic of life and don't worry about how it is all going to work out. The bigger creative flow of life is sorting out all the details, and you are not immune to that plan. In fact, you are a natural part of it. So just spend some time with your own feelings and know that all is going to work out perfectly. I like that. Okay. All right. Let's see what we get, guys, from here. So maybe you just need to follow your heart on something right now. Continue doing something maybe you're working on or making a choice on or putting your energy and effort and time into. In spite of any doubts or anything, just do what feels right, okay? This is about patience, timing, waiting for an opportunity maybe here, sitting here patiently, waiting for something here, waiting for this. Has Pisces energy in it also, so you may have Pisces in your chart. But there's also, she's got like a fishing line and kind of waiting for a bite. It looks like just waiting for that right timing for these fish to catch her line. Let's see. Let's look at this here. Let's see here. 33. Patience and waiting for the right moment. Time is but a stream I go a-fishing in. I drink at it, but while I drink, I see the sandy bottom and detect how shallow it is. Its thin current slides away, but eternity remains. Despite the desire for results, some occasions or decisions simply should not be rushed. We should approach either with caution or restraint, waiting for the opportune moment. We must also be wary of being too indulgent and devoting too much time waiting for some imagined perfect moment, person, or thing. Yeah, so there is some kind of timing going on here, which has been an energy, you guys, waiting for some opportunity or timing. Also, this caution energy, taking caution or heed in pushing yourself too hard or being pushed too hard to either make a decision. We also must be wary of too indulgent. Okay, where thy opportunities may be lost if they are overlooked in anticipation of some intangible better option to arrive. So being very mindful of, okay, is this one of those moments where I wait for timing, or I just do what I need to do because I might miss an opportunity? So there's some decision here and some feeling like, should I wait or should I do something here? It's interesting. Okay, should I wait or should I take action? All right, let's get one of these. What could this be about? She's got like one apple and one orange in her hand. Let me hold that up. She's kind of looking to the moon. It looks like the moon or the earth. She's just trying to figure out what the better option is here. Or maybe better time, or making a decision of some sort on something. Okay, let's see here. Weeping wound. Some healing. There is a lot of healing going on here. Oh, and this looks just dreadful. Weeping wound. Something really, you are not your wounds. This could be about a healing process, or it's really interesting. This is strong energy. Let's look here. There's sadness here, for sure. With something, some kind of choice here. It might be from a choice you need to make or feel like you need to make because there's some kind of energy here that's feeling upsetting or like it ain't healing. Something like that. You are not your wounds. Healing happens as our wounds receive sufficient attention, treatment, and expression. Expressing the pain, expressing what you've went through, expressing something. You could be making a decision whether to express something or whatnot. Wounds stop bleeding once the pain has been known and released. This needs to occur on an emotional, psychological, physical, and spiritual level. Until then, no scar tissue can begin to form, leaving our wounds exposed to infection. The maiden remains a prisoner to her pain. Her wounds bleed over her potential, voice, perception, and present. She has shown up to support you through a time of safely addressing whatever wounds still bleed over in your life. I can feel this. Perhaps you find yourself in a toxic relationship, being mistreated or taken advantage of by your family, friends, or those in your workplace. This was also in the reading that I originally did. And it's coming through again now, and I'm going to be a lot more gentler because I do have wounds in this area, and I feel like my triggering by those wounds, I don't want to affect the readings, you guys. I don't want them to affect the calmness that I want to bring to you in times that are hard. Maybe struggling, maybe you're struggling, someone you love is struggling, and it's just really trying to bring healing energy here, okay? And being really mindful of my own wounds also at the same time with some of this, okay? So it says, perhaps you find yourself in the, and I read that, and it says, alternatively, and it was an energy of like somebody could be trying to maybe take advantage of a vulnerability, or knowing that you're like lonely or you're going through a hard time, and they, or could be making something, benefiting somehow, but it's like it seemed to be that the situation or whatever just wasn't like it's in its own process. Like it's not in the same process you are. That's what it's kind of it came through as. It says alternatively, it could be that you're experiencing ongoing money issues, challenges with addiction, or never feeling sufficiently acknowledged, heard, or regarded. And that can be a very deep wound. Not feeling heard, not feeling understood, not feeling like you are enough, have enough. And this message that's come through is saying, yes, you are. You have everything you need in your hands. And somebody else's or something else's process or transformation is not in your hands, but you have yours in your hands, and you need to own that, shine that, and it can help others through that. So give yourself permission to prioritize tending to whatever outstanding core wounds and false beliefs you have with love and light. Yeah, because as much as I love to bring healing to people, it doesn't mean, I can get swept up in this love and light too, but with that has come a lot of pain and a lot of wounds. And just because somebody is like happy or shining or trying to be optimistic doesn't mean they haven't went through things, you guys. So keeping that in mind, or even vice versa, say they aren't shiny and optimistic, they're negative or pessimistic, doesn't mean they aren't going through things and they aren't trying to get to a more I don't think anybody wants to stay in misery. I really don't. I don't think anybody wants a gaping wound. I think we're all working to heal these really deep-seated things that hinder our true expression of who we really are and who we are becoming. Not staying in the past. That's another energy. Shower, it says, give yourself permission. Okay, false beliefs you have with love and light. Shower your wounded maiden self with compassion. Listen to her without judgment. Validate the tears she cries. Feel with her. And this has been an energy too. A lot of tears rolling, a lot of emotions rolling through. Access your inherent nurturing. Nurture yourself right now. That was a message I didn't get through clearly in the first reading. It was more about nurturing the other person and from afar. But this, after sitting with it, thinking about it, letting it sink in, and I do have a lot of Virgo in my chart, you guys. So it's really about nurturing this transformation or this healing that you're doing for yourself right now. And not letting anything pull you away from that healing process or gape it open again or make it more wounded. It's like really taking care of yourself here. And that has been a message collectively for everybody. Assure your wounded maiden self, that she is no longer alone with her pain. From a support network, with a loved one, a safe friend, a healing professional, or a mental health expert, or perhaps all four, allow them to bear witness to your story. This is exactly what's coming through. It was like dealing with this energy, your story, whoever this is for, there could be a lot you're not expressing or not putting out there because of fear of retaliation, anger. Maybe you've just been traumatized by the things of the past, and it's really hard to express these wounds. And it felt like a lot of psychological stuff, like wounds and stuff too, coming through. Really hard to express that stuff, you guys, especially, so this is a way to heal though, as expression. And I do believe I said something like, that's the part of this is me expressing myself too, but I don't like to over express, especially if I get triggered or negative myself and I start feeling really negative energy. It's like, I don't want that out there. That's part of the responsibility of, I feel like, doing these readings. It's like really saying, okay, let's be compassionate and understanding with even these darker energies or these energies that are working through addictions, pain, which I've done myself. You guys have been working on this stuff. All of us are working on a different things, multiple things to heal ourselves and make ourselves more balanced and go through our day-to-day with more understanding, compassion, and just, that's it. Understanding, compassion, forgiveness, and just that understanding that we're human. That's a very important message that I want to make very clear. And yeah, it's just really important, you guys. It says, often expressing the depths of our pain to another frees us to experience life beyond the hurt and horror. To have another bear witness to the injured parts of ourselves has the power to release us from the unbearable pain and heal. Once enough scar tissue has formed, wounds can stop opening up in the present to hurt us all over again. Having drawn this card may also signify a time of being called upon to support someone by bearing witness to their core wounds. And that was in the message too. It's like really being there, maybe nurturing somebody in your life, or seeing their wounds and addressing them, being an opening ear for them. But also, if this is within yourself, also being understanding towards yourself at this time. It says, this is an intense period and it takes you as long as it takes. This is hard work. This is purification. This is healing. This is hard work for whoever, whether this is you or another person in your life, that we need to just really allow the work to happen through that person. We don't want to step in and do the work for them, even though part of us does because we care, or we want to make things better yesterday or whatever. That's just not how the process works. It's really a long, kind of dirty process, and there's no way of getting around it. But in shadow, people will try to get around it, maybe by pulling you into it, or trying to maybe tell you you're responsible and you should fix this, or or you should do more, when the work is really with the person. So if this is you doing this or someone else doing this, it's just a response to wanting. It's just a defense kind of that I think we get when we're going through some really deep, heavy healing stuff, like working on this work. And it's like, man, we just want to be saved. We just want to have a reason. We just want to understand, but we don't want to understand any of it's coming from us, or that we actually have power and control over our healing. So that's the hard part, is realizing that you have power over your healing process, and you have power in your experiences, in your lessons, in your truths. So that's a very important message coming through. Okay, so let's go ahead and get one of these, you guys. I surge on the uprising wave of love. Holding love, riding on the wave of love, taking the path of love, choosing love, even in really hard times where it's hard to choose love. But just because you're choosing love doesn't mean you have to get sucked in or drained or put down or anything like that from anything going on in your environment. Just remember to look at it through with love and just compassion and understanding for the process that's happening. This may mean you need to offer yourself a lot of love right now too. I'm going to go ahead and read that short version of this, or there's just something here that's really needing this extra. I think that's part of even me redoing this video, or not this video, but doing a new reading. It's like something about this situation, if this is a reading that resonates with you, is requiring extra sensitivity and understanding and conscious awareness of what's going on when there's a big process happening here. Huge transformation, huge cleansings, stuff. When I do see that with the wave too, like a cleansing energy, with love. My life can be summed up in 3 accounts. I was raw, I was cooked, and I was burned. Yeah, okay. I surge on the uprising wave of love. No gravity can stop me from rising. The moon pulls the tide of life towards her, and my soul, in oneness with all of life, answers her call. A wave of love consumes me, and upwards I fly, flying through water to greet her shining body. Led by my heart, my wits are addled, and my mind becomes a blurry mess. And so I feel the truth of her love and the divine reflection she shines back at me from her radiant heart. feeling comforted, nurtured, with love. This is feeling, that motherly moon energy, that mother energy, mothering yourself, nurturing something here, and letting love rise as you feel. And I am feeling that moon energy as you're feeling or being around, maybe shade, shadow. Definitely this nurturing has been a message. It's like shower, take care of yourself, exercise, don't give in to crutches, stuff like that, you guys. It's very important right now. Greater forces of planetary movements affect us all. We experience day, and this does have to do with some planetary stuff going on too. So if this is resonating with you, check out the moon and the aspects with Virgo or the house of Virgo. I want to say Virgo's like right now in like the 10th or 11th. Venus is in Virgo, so yeah. But there's a lot going on, you guys. So keep that in mind as you're going through emotional stuff, and nurture your emotional and mental and physical body with love. And also give that space for others to nurture and love themselves during this time too, and offer support if you can. Just hold on to your heart right now, okay, Virgo? Hold on to your heart. It says this is a profound and obvious effect. The movements of the cosmos affect us deeply, body and soul. Some movements are perhaps less obvious in form, but are just as great, if not more so, in effect upon our spiritual growth and life experiences. You are going through a cycle, or very, very soon will be, by which you will be moved by forces greater than your own personal will. This is a karmic period, a time during which the movements of greater planetary bodies will have an impact upon the earth and humanity. This is the way of things, greater cycles affecting smaller ones. The smaller ones are not less important, but they do have to bow to the power of the great, in oneness with the magnificent unfolding divinity that is life itself. Something big happening here. Maybe you feel like you need to make a choice on something here. I feel like it's just a choice to... it's interesting because this timing hasn't come in yet. It's weird. That's kind of feeling like maybe you feel like an urge to make a choice on something, or you're waiting for something. You could be waiting for some cycle to end or begin. There feels like should I do something about it? Should I just sit here? I'm feeling like really sitting back and nurturing yourself right now at this point in the reading. It says what we always have at our disposal is a choice as to how we respond to these affecting movements and cycles. The effect of this karmic cycle now unfolding in your life is to bring you into sweet surrender and awakening to greater love. So if it feels challenging to love a situation or to shine love and light on a situation, you guys, that's probably why I pulled out these oracles. It's like really important we do that right now, as hard as it can feel. This is important. It's important for everybody. What a delicious divine destiny. But don't get taken advantage of because you're loving or compassionate, or don't over exert yourself. Like love, definitely love, and definitely support and heal, but don't do the work for others. Don't be an enabler. That came in through, I think, another reading. But yeah, there's this feeling of allowing others to do their work right now, but sending lots of healing energy and love towards the situation or the person or the place or whatever it is. And because there's a lot of negative energy trying to hang on really, really tightly to our loved ones right now, maybe ourselves. And we, for love and light, we need to let go of this pain, this trauma, these wounds. And it's a process, you guys, like I said. Don't try to swim against the tide of your own life journey. Go with it. The divine is there waiting for you, orchestrating waves upon which you may reach the heavenly shore. Oh, yes. Yes, the divine is there waiting for you, waiting on a picnic blanket with the fabric of the heavens, with a sacred feast of earthly bounty just now being unpacked in your honor. Get yourself into that ocean and ride those waves to your sacred date with the divine right now, sweet beloved. Surf's up. There are changes happening, and they will be out of your control. This is because you are ready for an accelerated life change. So this could be feeling fast. Although I feel like you're maybe still waiting for something, but maybe it's coming in faster than you think. It did say, I look into the water and I realize how shallow it is, which means it's not as deep or as far down or far away as you think it is. Retrieving this answer or this solution or this healing or this release, whatever it is, you guys. So that's what I'm getting there. It says this is because you're ready for that accelerated life change. Rather than paddling, you'll be caught up in a wave and moved further and faster. Let yourself surge on with the energy of what is happening, leading with your heart and not just going with whatever unfolds. Yeah, this is what I was feeling like, that being way really, really conscious about, like, not just kind of going with the energy, but really understanding that planets and stuff are playing into like really heightened emotions and heightened latching on, and lots of stuff happening here in a really intense way. And that's what's really, we have to be really mindful about what we're, how we're interacting with the energy, or if we even realize we're getting sucked into that kind of trickster energy. That trickster energy could be energy just around us too. It doesn't have to be a specific person. They could be getting sucked into energies around them that they don't realize are sucking them in too. And that's still kind of that trickster energy, or making you think you got to do something. You got to make a choice like now. And it's kind of a trickster energy. It could trick you into thinking something needs done now, or it needs done this way, or you can't do it, or, that plays out in all the energy, you guys. It's just, that's what's coming through, and that is taking me back to the original reading a little. So let's go ahead and get this light worker. Okay, the heart transmission. Oh, a lot of heart energy in this reading, you guys. Really needing to readjust if you're feeling anxious or like in a hurry to do something or make a choice, or saying take your time. It's kind of coming to you, or something's coming through or coming to. I'm not feeling like this is a time for action, just love, a lot of love. Just really that healing energy, okay? So I'm going to read this heart transmission. Oh, okay, 37, definitely feeling something with the heart here. That's kind of what I feel like, why I needed to feel this more with my heart, not my head, this energy. And I really needed to go into my spirit and feel this. And it definitely was a contributor to me deciding to realign my energy with another reading here. The heart transmission. Your heart is capable not only of giving and receiving love. This is another energy, being open to receiving love, but of connecting you to a great network of beings that resonate in the highest frequencies of divine love. Through your heart, you can receive information and guidance from networks of light that fill our universe. As you learn to open your heart to receiving these transmissions, your ability to work with group consciousness in a loving way increases. You shall affect humanity in a loving way, influencing the collective rather than allowing the lower frequencies of the collective to overwhelm you. That was kind of in that other, it's like, don't allow other lower frequencies to affect you if you're trying to shine light, love, optimism, healing in a situation. Don't let it dissuade you or pull you away or take your attention away from what you're doing, okay, you guys, which is trying to help and heal and bring something good here. It's very interesting. It says working with group energy is a leap on the spiritual path, with risk, but also great reward in terms of empowerment to manifest your life mission. The heart is the key to deciding where you offer your devotions, and when you offer devotion to a group consciousness that loves you unconditionally, your heart feels safe, loved, and an inner knowing of the rightness of that group for you, whether that group exists on the earthly plane or spiritual dimension. For as long as it gives you life, broadens your horizons, nourishes your truths, and empowers you to live your destiny, that group is serving you. If you do not experience these positive effects, if you feel drained, confused, or that your issues are not resolving as you work with this group, listen carefully to your heart and question whether it is indeed the right place for you to be. That could be the choice. Is this the right place for me to be? Am I being received, or am I being drained, and am I being left confused? That was kind of that mind energy I was feeling, this confusion. And just kind of like maybe leaving you waiting, like there's just something here. Like, I also think of that water, shallow water, like usually you have to go in a little deeper to catch fish, right? They aren't usually just sitting there in the shallows. There's something here about maybe the water or the area or the situation is a little, maybe you're going a little deeper than just the shallows here, and it's just not being received. But doesn't mean everybody isn't working towards something like this or deeper knowing or understanding, but maybe it's just not right now with where you're at. Whether this is work or love or a family situation, there's something much deeper going on here with you and the situation, and it could feel like you just need to send a lot of feels like you need a lot of love and support right now. Even reaching out if need be to close friends, family. If you don't have those close friends and family that you can reach out to that are understanding and feel you, reach out to your divine team. You guys are always there to support you in all of your times of loneliness or misunderstoodness. There's no defending who you are, or there's only healing and love there. Okay, that's not what we run across sometimes in our earthly conditions and our earthly matters, but how we respond to it does matter. So we can retreat and we can really get with that understanding that, okay, that's not the place for me right now. It's not helping me. It's actually draining me. It's actually dulling my shine. It's actually taking something from me, and I'm not getting anything from that. So that's another message coming through. I just need to step away. Maybe that's the choice, and just kind of be patient and send out love and try to do this deep healing here that's happening. There's a deep, deep healing happening here. It says, perhaps your family can benefit. It is important also to work with groups that you can serve. Yeah, that's part of light working too. If you're a light worker or you're coming from that place where you really want to help people, it doesn't mean you have to do cards and stuff like that. A light worker can just be anyway. Somebody focuses on helping people with their health or helping people with anything in life. Just helping, just trying to help people through stuff you've been through, and you have a really a good understanding of. I talk a lot about addiction. I talk a lot about self-worth and shames and all this stuff that comes, that's kind of my stuff, but everybody has something, so offering that too is very important for this energy. If you're this kind of energy, it's like if it's not being received or absorbed, or it can leave you feeling wounded or rejected, and that could be a wound or a healing. That's probably what you're working on healing here. There's something here you're working on healing here, and it's definitely your heart. And there's a lot of love coming through for in this reading for you, maybe so you can send a lot of love to those that are struggling, or you, if you're struggling, just hold that heart. And both these people are holding their heart. I said hold on to your heart, and I think that's going to be hold on to your heart through this energy. It says, perhaps those who are open, willing, and receptive to your spiritual gifts are outside of your family. Perhaps your family can benefit spiritually from you in the role of a mother or son or daughter, but not in the role of a spiritual mentor. So knowing that role, that maybe your family, like you, and I feel this in my life, like, because my family isn't like into this stuff. Like I'm really quite alone in my circle, my closest circle. And I do hit lots of brick walls with this. But it is hard because it's like, I really want to bring this to people. But if people are in different circumstances, different water than me, it is hard to grasp that sometimes, but it's something I'm definitely working on the further I get into. I realize, this helps me a lot, but it might not help everybody a lot. And it is, but don't let, if they aren't choosing to do the work or seek anything, if they aren't going there, and there's something like negative hitting you from outside of yourself, just step back away from it and continue to do your work. You can respond for yourself and for your healing process. And just, be the role you need to be for the time you need to be it, for the people who need it, but don't lose yourself in it. Don't lose yourself in a that was in that reading too, like a mask, or lose yourself in a role, like role playing some part. Like, don't lose yourself as anything, as a mother, as a daughter, as a whatever labels or anything you've carried with you. It's time to let that go and just kind of be you. You're a mix of all of it. So it's time to really think about embracing that and not losing your new found, maybe new realized self into the pool of a role or a mask. Or it's, we all do play different roles in our lives. You work, you're a mother, or you're a child, or your sister or daughter, or whatever, brother or sister. But then there's this part of us that's just us doing our inner work, and don't lose any part of that in the roles, okay? Because that can be very tricky energy, especially if somebody's trying to pull you into being a role and staying in that role. This is also about taking control over your role you have in your life, for your heart, and hanging on to your heart through this. I'm going to just say it. Your feelings about, what do you feel? Okay. And it says, on the other hand, some groups may want to feed off you, but not learn to do it for themselves. This was in that reading to you guys. That trickster energy was really talking about somebody wanting you to do more work and you to become that role or something, so they didn't have to do the work. Or so it's in, like, I think I even did an example like about work, like, and comparing, and like just putting you in like, it felt like very like, protect your mind, body, spirit right now. Because if there's anybody around you that could be possibly not even realizing, they could realize it, but maybe they don't realize that they're putting all their work kind of on you. That's something to be mindful about. And maybe they're feeding on your vulnerabilities, your weaknesses, maybe your compassion, your empathy, really taking advantage of that. That could be a real thing. It is here. It says they could be feeding off you, but not learn to do it for themselves. That's that enabling energy to you guys. As much as we want to just do the work yesterday, be done with it, we got to let people work through their stuff. We got to let people own their stuff, take responsibility for their reactions to their stuff, because we know if you've been doing this work, you've had to take responsibility for your stuff, and it sucks. It's a sucky process. It's a dirty process, but it is part of the process. It's a very important part of this process. And it's hard, and we definitely feel this. It says, they may wish for you to give them the answers to their problems. They may not be willing to develop the trust, courage, confidence, and empowerment that is required to take responsibility for their own relationship to the universe, which is needed so they can grow in soul wisdom through their life experiences. Your heart may guide you to withdraw your services from such people because you love them and want them to grow. It's like tough love, I've been feeling this. Sometimes you got to pull yourself away and let people, you can say, oh, this planet's doing this, and this is how it's affecting you, or this is what's going on. And, you're doing, you're saying, I got the answers, but really the answers are in them. And just don't do all the work for somebody. And if you have to withdraw or step away, make a choice to step away and go kind of wait for people to do their healing work. You keep working on yours. That's kind of what this is feeling like. Because people are working through their stuff. We're all battling our own demons, and if you're a little further along than someone else in the process, doesn't mean they aren't working on it, you guys. It just means it can affect you negatively if they are not aware or consciously aware how they're sucking you dry or bringing you down with them, or really just not even paying mind that they might be angry or they might be healing, and they just don't know how to handle that. So it's like kind of being like projected or put on you, or to do more. It could feel like negative energy, but just with compassion and love, understand that everybody's doing work right now, but you don't have to be a part of that, their work. You can just send lots of love and support and compassion. Your heart will guide you to operate differently with different people. You may be guided to explore hobbies or interests that lead you to the next group that your presence can assist. Yeah, if you're feeling it all like, you do want the people you love and are closest to you to grow, but they'll grow in their own time, at their own pace, with their own process. At least that's what we're praying for, we're hoping for. But for your own transformational growth process that you've already went through, or maybe you've already went through a lot of healing, and you could be surrounded by people that just are still just not quite where you're at, or and we all have like lots of different experiences we're going through here. So just be mindful to protect your transformation and protect your truth and your choice to honor what you feel in your heart. Okay, that's coming through quite strongly, you guys. The heart will also guide you when it is time to move on. The transmission of the heart gives a truthful assessment of the interaction of your frequency with the frequency of a group. You can feel that. You can feel that when you're with a group. You can feel if it's not being transmitted, it's not being reciprocated, it's not being appreciated, or something like that. And then it's time to step away, you guys, because obviously you're this energy, and it's not valued or appreciated. They could even be saying something like that. They could even be telling you that, or you just feel that. You feel that there's just not appreciation for it, and it just kind of makes you feel bad. The thing is, don't let it make you feel bad. Don't react to it like that. Just know that it's kind of not personal, you guys. It's just they're in their stuff, and they're not seeing the value of what you're bringing to the table. This was also in like Cancer's reading too, but also they may not see the value in a lot of things at that time, and it could be a really like negative or pessimistic perspectives and stuff that you just can't change somebody's mind to see something differently or see value in anything, but you can sure just send lots of love. Okay, that feels good. The heart empowers you to know when to work with others, for how long, and in what way. Trust it. The more you do, the more groups, which can bring great benefit to you and to the planet, can enter into your world. I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get one of these. Wake up call. You are about to discover your life purpose. If you haven't already discovered that what you want to do, or you're trying to make a decision on what to do, there's something coming in loud and clear saying this is what you're supposed to be doing, or this is your path and purpose, or something. And it could have something to do with healing, or there's this energy, but it's like you're about to discover kind of something special about yourself that you bring to the collective, to a group, or to a lot, your contribution to our society or our species or whatnot. So yeah, wake up call, but this could be a really loud wake up call too. You could be really being faced with, wow, this is really what I want to do, and this is what I'm really trying to do, and I know what I want, and I know what I want to do. I know how I want to serve my divine self. I know how I want to experience my life, and it's with this energy or this job or whatever it is, you guys. But there's a big understanding here coming in about, and it says meaningful sacrifice. It could be really putting your energy towards something you really truly believe in, because your heart's there. It's like, wow, this could be like a big part of your path, your lessons, something big here. Meaningful sacrifice. Let's read that. Yeah, don't sacrifice for anything that doesn't mean anything, you guys. Just, it's interesting. 23 here. Oh, beautiful. Ascended Master Jesus Christ and Rose Sophia, we bring you the blessing of meaningful sacrifice. To manifest your divine destiny, there are times when want must give way to the greater need. You may want something. You may want to fix something, heal something. And you just send lots of love right now, but it's just really saying there's a bigger need here. And this could be like you wanting to do the work for people, or you wanting to make stuff easier on people because you know how hard this is. But at the same time, there's a feeling here of saying you need to step back and realize there's a greater need here. Or you could be wanting to do one thing and you find yourself being pulled to do something else. It's like, I want that, but like there's this huge, that's a want, it's not what's needed for the process right now in the collective. Maybe you're being called to collectively contribute to something or do something different with your time and energy than just sit here kind of waiting with this like pond energy. It feels more like entering into like ocean energy or bigger energy, okay? But it doesn't mean that this isn't something you want and you don't have meaning. There's not meaning there. It's just, you may have to just, there's interesting. It says it may feel as though you are being denied the very thing that you yearn for most. Could be some kind of healing, some kind of situation, or some kind of something you really want that you're being denied. It's like, oh, it's not the time for that job, or it's not the time for that. It's time to do this instead. And you're being clearly called to do something and recognize your kind of purpose here, what you need to be doing. Kind of, I'm feeling very like spiritual energy, which you should be doing kind of with your spirit, even though you could really be feeling denied something here. Maybe you are feeling rejected, or you are feeling alone, or like you're like this isn't like you're not being received or something. Well, there's a reason for that. Rejection is God's protection, okay? And also everything happens for a purpose. It's kind of hard for us to understand sometimes, but we just don't know everything. It says however, when meaningful sacrifice, it says you might be denied the very thing that you yearn for the most. However, when meaningful sacrifice is being asked of you, there's a far more generous and loving reality at play, something really good at play behind the scenes. It may not, you may have an idea of something you want. This is a message that's been coming in about expectations, and what is being denied now will ultimately create the opportunity for far greater gain. This doesn't necessarily resolve the pain of unfulfilled desire in this moment, but it does soothe your soul with the understanding that if you feel denied, it is only so that your fulfillment can come about in a more extraordinary and generous expression in due course. Oh, yes. So if something's not coming together for you right now, or it's just there's more to do here, maybe in healing, maybe there's just something else calling to you. There's some other purpose for your, something else to be doing with your time and energy. That's another message coming through. It says, let me go here. This is kind of a long read, you guys. So with the blessing of meaningful, when this oracle comes to you, at some level, you are working very hard. I did feel that in the original, like I said, the reading. It's working very hard on yourself, and then you just don't want that to be not appreciated or stomped over or disregarded or anything. You want to honor this process. You want to honor the healing you've done. You want to honor the work you've done, okay? And we honor that by exercising what we've learned, which patience, love, compassion. We've had to learn it for ourselves. And there's even still some parts of ourselves I know we're still working on, still healing, but honoring it by taking the action or not taking the action. You know what's your heart, listening to your heart, listening to your feelings on something. Yeah. You've been working very hard. It says you are going through an experience where something you want, perhaps very dearly, is being denied to you. The oracle does not say that you can never have what you want. It is bringing you the message that what you truly want and need is being delivered to you and shall manifest with perfect divine love, tenderness, affection. All right, guys, sorry about that. My thing ran out. I needed to delete some stuff. All right, so I was reading that despite all loss endured shall be honored with gratitude in your heart. You'll be thankful for your experience and the waiting and the patience and the love. It will be any loss and discipline endured during this time will be honored with gratitude in your heart, with the recognition that your meaningful sacrifice did indeed allow the universe to provide for you with incomparable tenderness and perfection. The hard work that you are enduring or have endured is going to yield so much blessing in your life. The challenge shall eventually give way into pure divine grace. Trust that, you guys. I know it's hard sometimes when we're going through really hard energy and tough stuff. Got to have faith in the process. What's meant to be will be, and what's right for us will be there. We will not be denied what loves us and what we love. What wants us, what we want wants us, okay? But not everything wants you, and or at least at the moment, maybe. You never know. Let's see what we got. Establishing emotional boundaries. This is profound for this reading and what I've picked up. It's not over giving your emotional self to something here, that if there's not any bites or appreciation for it, just kind of step back, okay, and have those boundaries, and don't let anybody suck you into their emotional stuff either and bring you down when you're doing a lot of work here and you're being called to just shine a lot of love on something here. This surge on the uprising wave of love, okay, and this healing that you're working on here. There's healing happening here. Okay, it says distinguishing our energies and emotions from those of others. This empathic energy of picking up somebody else's maybe negative attitudes and letting it influence your work and what you're working on. Recognizing boundaries with other people, recognizing they need the space and time to do their work and their healing too. Contemplating nuances of emotional and energetic exchanges. That's what I was feeling too with the reciprocity. Making sure that if something's not being reciprocated or something, you're pulling back that emotional energy and you're not draining yourself, okay? Pulling this card is direct call to action for all highly empathic and emotionally sensitive individuals. This card necessitates the establishment of boundaries between that which is emotionally yours and that which belongs to another person, to society, or is a result of social conditioning. Although it can seem dreadfully hard, especially at first, it is our duty to recognize which emotions belong to us and which belong to an external party or parties. This does not exclude social conditioning that we've experienced over time, as we are apt to absorb and hold on to difficult emotions from the past. There is no reward in simply entering another person's emotional reality and remaining there. There is no reward in that. You do not need to empathize with everyone, nor do you need to agree with everyone. For example, if you don't like sports, don't pretend to like sports. Don't lose yourself. I was feeling that. Like, don't lose yourself in anything. And that was also, it's a strong energy for this Virgo reading. So whoever this is resonating with, be mindful of that. You can, however, empathize with someone's sports-fueled excitement without invalidating their feelings. So you can empathize with how they like their process, or they like sports, but it doesn't mean you have to change yourself to feel the same way or to be excited about it in the same way. You can be excited for them that they're enjoying something or accomplishing something, or whatever it is, you guys. But it's just an example of like how you can feel good that the process is happening or something's happening here, but you don't have to become their process, or you don't have to believe what they believe or feel what they feel. Even if they're trying to get in, that's the same with you putting that on other people. And this is, like I said, a lot of I kind of feel like that, and like I do tend to get pushy with my beliefs and my feelings, and I really have been trying to work on that. It is hard because I'm very passionate about this process because it's worked for me, but it doesn't work for everybody, okay? So keeping that in mind right now, and just sending lots of love and lots of light out there for anybody and everybody that's going through their dark night of the soul, or healing some really deep, deep wounds, and going through some stuff that just is tough stuff, okay? Let's see what the affirmation is. The star. This is the energy of the month, you guys. I love it. And it says, I am inspired and positive about the future. Staying hopeful, faithful, and staying guided towards your star, your light, your shining. and staying optimistic and positive no matter what's going on around you. Don't absorb the negativity of others, keep shining love and not, have those emotional boundaries, but definitely stay on path here. Okay, let's get a Cali card. Oh, and it's nice. Okay. This beautiful flower. And it's Moksha of Kali. Relief shall come swiftly. So it's not as far away as you think. The relief or something happening here, shifting, changing, energy is moving faster than I think you may feel it right now. It says you will see things soon, you'll see things differently. And you are going to be liberated from the struggle you are currently experiencing, which may be a struggle of trying to make a choice about something. It's like the universe is making some decisions, I think, for people right now, because there is karma involved, there is cycles involved, there is healing involved, there's a lot of stuff involved, planets, everything, Be true to yourself and your life path. Shine, be true to yourself, your life path, your wake-up call, what you are putting your energy towards, how you're sending out your heart energy, if it's being reciprocated, how's this going, And it says you will overcome all opposition, be released into improved circumstances, and be supported to bring your sacred path to fruition. I love that. So there's definitely something coming to here that's nice. There's a lot. So that is your reading, much more improved energy reading. So I really do hope that helps somebody. If that resonated, I just know that I am sending you lots of support, and just to stay in your heart. Hold on to your heart through this time of shifts and changes, and stay positive about the future, and don't get pulled into negativity right now, okay? Virgo, or whoever this is resonating with. As always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming and watching your message, and I will talk to you later.